there's been some subjects that I've been trying to sidestep because I just didn't feel like it was appropriate. But I think that the TV news has already gone there, so I wanted to give you an opportunity to give your side of the story and explain. There's the situation that occurred in October, the domestic arrest, and then the order of protection that your wife filed, which she dismissed. I saw that. But,
yeah.
Would you like to address that and tell me from what happened there?
Well, I don't know. I want to, but I mean, I imagine
you didn't plead to the domestic stuff. You pled to the possession of a gun while intoxicated. So the domestic stuff.
I mean, I've kept a black powder gun, the whole time I've been here because we do have bears, and I thought if there was an emergency situation or one of my kids were being hurt or something, I would have quick access to it being locked up in my truck.
Right.
And I just forgot about the part that you can't have it in your vehicle. I can have one in my home, but not in my vehicle, and I just that part kind of slipped my mind,
I mean, and I wouldn't even ask you about this, but it's already out there now, and that's why I felt, now's the time to maybe broach the subject, because if you don't address it, it's just going to get worse. Speculation is just going to get worse. The report pretty much states from the police perspective what happened. Is that pretty much how it happened from your point of view also?
And what's that?
I guess there was like there was a accusation.
Well, my wife was trying to make me jealous so I'd come back, and it worked very well. So I come across the country as fast as that little truck would go. I wanted to go to Utah, and I had a pretty good job there working in Park City and everything, and I wanted to move my family out there and sell the property, but I'm not the smartest guy in the world, and I've done everything the wrong way and everything, and plus the cost of living in Utah is so sky high that it's just unbelievable. You can't even hardly find a house. When you do, it's so expensive. It's just unreal. I was glad to get back to Tennessee anyway. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happened out there. I was attacked in so many ways, like Satan himself was attacking me. And I'm really trying hard to be a Christian, and stuff. So I got attacked in a lot of ways. And, so I was actually glad to get back.
So she wanted you to come home and was trying
to exactly.
But there was kind of a confrontation, though, that when the police get involved, and it's up to the next level, I guess you're saying.
I mean, it's just one of them things,
And
she thought I was out there at Utah, and I was at my sister's house, and she was having a party, and I was trying to tell her that I was at my sister's house at this party, and me and my son Josie was getting some food, and I told her I need to go. And what I was trying to tell her was I need to go get in bed so I could drive to Park City that morning, because there was all kind of work out there, and they give me a good job out there. And what she heard was something totally different. We are partying and getting drunk or whatever, and she heard Lynn's voice in the background. She heard I got to go so I can continue partying is what she heard.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't the case. And I was, and I didn't elaborate a whole lot to her, so she thought she was thinking the worst, and that actually I was just trying to get in bed where I could go to work. And we was just getting some food and saying hello to my sister and everything like that, but she thought it was something totally different, and I understand that now. We didn't communicate as well as we should have,
When I asked the sheriff about all this stuff, he said it was not relevant to the investigation. But now that it's all coming out, I wanted you to be able to clear the air before.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Before there's going to be so much speculation, especially that order of protection. That was not. That wording was not good. It said she fears for her safety, her mother's safety, and the children's safety.
Yeah, there was so much confusion when I first got back. She was still thinking on them same lines, and I didn't know anything about that until we was able to sit down and talk about every little thing that had happened. Then we started figuring out, and I was able to explain to her that wasn't the case. And just like I'm telling you now, I mean, we discussed all this, and it was like, well, what? We was both thinking in totally different directions, and was able to figure it all out. And, but yeah, the order of protection, I mean, it was just a fight between me and her friends and her mother. Mm-hmm. And they knew I had the black powder pistol and my 12 box, so they used that against me.
How long have you been married?
I'm not sure. It's been since Summer was a baby, I think.
Yeah.
It's been so long ago. It was at a friend of mine's house, Mrs. Trent. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I'm not good with dates and everything like that.
When Summer was a baby, so probably 5 years or so. Well, here's another sticky one. The situation with your oldest son, in his previous criminal history, and his conviction as a sexual offender against children. That's a pretty big red flag, and I asked you about that the first time we spoke.
Yeah. Well, let me elaborate if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay, if here in Tennessee, say for instance, your boy or one of your kids, is 17, and the one he's with, say he's 18 and she's 17 or something like that. Okay, in other states, especially like Utah, you're probably not going to ever get out of prison. But here in Tennessee, they look at there's got to be so many years difference between them. Mm-hmm. Okay, but in Arkansas, where he was arrested, they don't care about that. But here in Tennessee, he would have never went to jail, and he would have got to raise his boy, and everything probably would have been fine. But in Arkansas, total different story. I mean, there's got to be a certain amount of years between them, and there was only 18 months, maybe a year, I don't know, between them.
Oh, was that a situation like she was like 16 or 17, and he was
like 18 or 19, and she was, it was only like 18 months difference.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That charge had a baby. Look a lot worse then.
Yes, it does, and it's wrong. It is wrong. There's a lot of, yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, see,
I'll even have him call you if you want me to, and he could probably explain it better to you.
Well,
he's a good kid.
When we spoke the first time, you said that you talked to him.
Yeah.
You said that you talked to him and that he was in Utah when this all happened.
No, they was in Arkansas.
Oh, he was in Arkansas when this all happened.
Yes, sir, and he done time in Arkansas State Prison.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, when Summer went missing. When Summer went missing.
Yeah, he's in Utah. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think the police have already alluded to this, but there's no connection between him and what happened this summer.
No way he would ever even think of something like this. I mean, when I first told him, he bawled like a little baby. My sisters all cried, and there's so many good Christian folks around here. I didn't even realize till this happened how many good people there are around here.
Well, do you want to talk about what happened to you in Utah? What your previous criminal history was?
I really don't want to talk about all that stuff. And Utah's a whole different ballgame than Tennessee.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the Mormon state. I call it the moron state. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's just how I feel. I know there's a lot of good Christians. There's Mormons that are good Christians that are trying to be good Christians, but the whole Mormon thing, I stick strictly with the Bible. So if I don't agree with the Bible, then, you know, and I'm not trying to put any Mormons down because I know there's a lot of good Christian folks in the Mormon church, and I just don't believe the Book of Mormon.
Well, what was your conviction for?
I've had, you know, several charges over the years. I used to have, you know, I don't know if I should elaborate on any of that, but it, you know, I just.
Okay, it's your choice. I'm not gonna go.
I mean, it's not anything good. I never used to be. I wasn't really a Christian when I was younger, you know, and I found God in prison. I started studying the Bible intently because I wanted to change, and that's when I got to know God and became a real trying hard to be a Christian. Of course, I backslid multiple times, but I'll never let it happen again. I promise you that.
Okay. Well, I'm only asking because I just want to give you an opportunity to clear the airs, and I think it's, you know, as this goes longer and longer, the reporters are going to need more things to write about or do on their and so eventually this is going to come around. So I just wanted to give you a chance to get ahead of it. You know, head it off at the pass. I can understand how a person isn't the same person they were when they're in their 20s. Right. But it's gonna come out eventually the longer this goes on. So I wanted to give you an opportunity to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
Okay.
And so this is your opportunity.
Okay.
Is that all? So is that all that you wanted to say about that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. And believe me, it don't give me no pleasure to talk about this because, as far as I'm concerned, you're the victim, your wife's the victim, your kids are the victims. But it's not going to just. This isn't going to be brushed over at this point. I don't think.
Right. No, not at all.
So I know that, and it's going to be discussed and going to be the topic of discussion.
Yeah, you know, people can speculate all they want. That's fine. You know, we just want our summer back. She was definitely, I consider it a great blessing from God when I got her. She was a daddy's girl. She wouldn't even go to her mother for the first year, and it just kind of broke her heart. But I've never seen anything like that in my life, and I never expected anything like that. And you know,
there's always a connection between a father and a daughter that's special.
Yeah. I've just never seen nothing like this, and I don't know why she was like that exactly. But I mean, she's got her little friends too, you know, younger boys that she wants to be with them all the time, you know, and stuff. And you know, and I knew, you know, someday she's gonna grow up and get married and go, you know, raise her own family. But now I just don't know I have no idea where she's at or who's got her.
I know it's a nightmare. And I didn't want to have to broach these subjects, but I knew that it's coming eventually. You're going to be asked.
She has such a good, loving, kind heart. She's so loving. I mean, it's like God sent her an angel.
Well, has there been any developments at home or in the search overnight, or since we spoke?
Not a trace.
Yeah.
Not a trace.
It's like a living nightmare.
Yes, sir. It is. It really is. Okay. The first couple of days, I kept thinking I might wake up and it would be a nightmare, but it is a living nightmare. It's a real nightmare.
Are you still working? Did you get back to work?
This is the second day I've been back to work, and I ain't got much done at all. I just can't think. I can't concentrate. I don't know. I wish I wouldn't have even took on another house at this point, but I don't know. I just hope my bosses will be, I'm sure that they're sympathetic. I mean, I'm sure.
Did you see that someone had posted a reward for information? information?
I didn't.
A fellow from Kingsport. It should be online. On the Kingsport Facebook page, you can find it. But a fellow from Kingsport has offered a $25,000 reward for anybody that provides information.
I thank him from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, whoever you are. Thank you. God bless you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I better let you get back to work then. I really appreciate you talking to me.